building, it's going to be without this utility hose here, okay? I went to the store, you go to any of your local hardware stores, get yourself a small hose. The standard size typically works on most of the faucets. When you get here to these buildings, you attach it, all right? You're going to want to make sure that this is snug so that there is no leakage. You want that because otherwise you're going to have to be lifting up this bucket, putting it here, filling it up, and then lifting a full bucket. Ergonomics, in terms of making sure your back doesn't get hurt, this is the key solution. Make sure you have one of these utility hoses. So go ahead and put the hose inside and then turn on your water. Okay, so now we've got our water ready to go. I go ahead and add the mop afterward. You'll also notice that I added first the water. The reason why is this builds up with bubbles and foam. So I just want to avoid that, and I put in just concentrate afterward. All right, with that said, one of the key things that I see people do that is incorrect is they leave their mop bucket full at the end of their shift and the mop inside of the mop water. That is not good, and the reason is you're going to have bacteria grow. It's a perfect opportunity for it to grow, and especially if you've been cleaning all day long and you get your mop and then you leave it in the water, the next day is going to have a rancid smell. I don't know if you've ever washed your clothes and then left it in the washer. If you smell that after a specific amount of time, it's going to smell bad, and that's just bacteria growing. That's just a condition that's perfect for them. So what we like to do, we like to wash these and get them cleaned, of course, and make sure that we're throwing out the mop water every single day that we're cleaning. After the clean, you're going to go ahead and dump it out, and then we're going to do interchanges of water throughout the shift. You don't want to use the same water at the beginning of the shift that you do at the end of the shift. You want to constantly be producing a clean environment, and the only way you can do that is if you're replacing your mop water. So make sure you're changing it after you clean specific areas. When it comes to mopping different areas, another tip, I have a separate mop for cleaning bathrooms and then one for general areas. You don't want to mix the two. Obviously, that's going to be a huge factor in terms of the cleanliness that you're actually providing to the customer. If you're using a mop that's been used in the bathroom in the common area, that's doing the opposite effect. So make sure you have separate mops for all the different areas that you have. Perfect. Okay, when it comes to then using the mop, you're going to go ahead and lift that, and you're going to put it into this, and then you're going to go ahead and push that down. Okay, and then what I like to do if I want to get a little bit more out of this squeegeeing is I twist it. See that? And then I push it down in here. There you go. And that gets a little bit extra. You don't want this to be so wet that when you're mopping, it's just going to be leaving a puddle behind. You want it to leave it wet surface, and then it's going to dry. But if you're leaving a puddle behind, the hazard just becomes that much greater. All right. Perfect.